Hello, hello, everyone. How are you? Larissa here, and I am so excited to be here because today we are talking about a $25,000 idea that I want to give to you in less than 20 minutes. So that is my promise to you. It is a really, really tremendous idea. And it's something that I've been using for a long time. And it's something that I really feel is powerful, powerful, powerful beyond belief. And it sounds appealing because it's about money, but it really is so much more than that. So if you feel like you are overworked or you have too many things to do or you don't even know where to start and you're not really maximizing your productivity. It's like I have all these things to do and I have too much to do with too little time. I'm being ineffective. I'm not getting what I need to done at work or at home or anywhere else. This idea is for you. And I think we can really relate to this. I talk to a lot of people that have concerns about time management. So I thought I would do a live that really addresses how to make the most of your time with this $25,000 idea. So for those of you that don't know me, if you're new here, I'm Larissa McCooch, and I'm an author, I'm a speaker, I'm a results coach, and I help people unlock their magic and be all that they're capable of being by releasing where they're stuck and really taking action on it. And I think that is so key because we have so much beautiful energy inside of us. We have so many beautiful ideas. We have so much beautiful potential inside of us. And when you can let go of all those things that are holding you right where you are and start making a transition by taking action, that's where the magic really begins. Action is where the learning really begins in any given area of your life. And so today we're talking about time. And I think time really is so much more valuable than money. And I didn't really understand what that meant at first. I heard it and I thought it was great. But I remember I was at a seminar in California probably about 20 years ago. It was a real estate seminar. And the speaker was talking about how we use language and how things in our lives can be perceived in very different ways. And we have these paradigms, or we have these thoughts that we have that are ingrained in us from childhood and from society and from teachers and parents and whatnot. And one of those misconceptions that many of us adopt is time is money. So often we think time is money, right? But when you really think about it, time is actually more valuable than money. And he pulled out so many wonderful misconceptions and ways we mix up our language and ways we mix up our viewpoint on life that entire weekend. But that one really stood out to us. Every time I think time and money, I'm always thinking time is more valuable than money because time is not a renewable resource, where money, you can lose it all and you can go gain it back. No problem. And it might take a little work, it might take a little effort, but you can easily get money back. Time is not something that you can get back. And so time really is our most precious resource, and we really need to treat it with respect. When you get mastery over your time, you will start to be more fulfilled in life. You're going to start attracting more wonderful things into your personal life, into your business, into your home, into your entire aura. You're going to notice that your stress levels start to decrease. You're going to be more present. You're going to have the ability to actually be more present in your life because you're not running around bouncing from one thing to another, stressed out and completely scattered. So often people are like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. They're like bouncing on the screen because they have so much energy, but that's because they're thinking about 10 things at the same time and they don't have the same ability to focus. So when you really start to master this idea of time, you are going to calm down in order to be able to speed up. And it might seem counterintuitive because there's this misconception that we need to multitask and do a dozen things at once, but multitasking really doesn't work because you literally are just bouncing from one thing to another. You bounce from one thing to another thing to another thing, and there is something called switch tasking, that every time you switch a task, there is a certain amount of time that it takes for your brain in order to refocus. And when you keep bouncing from one thing to another, you actually can't be as effective. Research has shown that that is not a good strategy. So when it comes to this $25,000 idea, I want to just give you a little bit of the background behind it so you understand where it comes from. So Charles Schwab was an executive at the world's largest steel manufacturing company many, many, many years ago. And they weren't behaving and they weren't being as effective as he knew that they could be. And so he hired a consultant. And this consultant said, I've got the perfect idea for you. And he's like, okay, great. So how long is it going to take for me to learn it, to implement it? And how much do you want? And he said, it'll take me less than 20 minutes to teach you. And you go implement it. And after you implement it and see how it works, I want you to send me a check for what you think this idea is worth. And so he gave him the steps and he implemented them. And at the end of the time, Charles Schwab sent this consultant $25,000. And this is like 50, 60, 80 years ago. I can't remember how long ago it was, but this is many, many years ago. $25,000 for 20 minutes is absolutely crazy back then. And so that was the value of this idea. And so what he did, the steps that he gave him were: write a list of the top 6 things that you've got to do today. So he wrote a list of the top 6 things he had to do today. Then he asked him to order them in order of importance from 1 to 6. So rewrite it and list it in order of importance. Then that took him a few more minutes, and it actually took him more time to order them in importance than to come up with them. So sometimes to create the actual order and really truly recognize what is more important and to prioritize takes a little more time than just coming out with the ideas. The next step, he said, go work on number 1. And once you've completed number 1, then you go work on number 2. And once you've completed number 2, go work on number 3. And so on, and so on, and so on. And so he did this. It seems like a simple idea, but the thing is, so often when you are focused on doing many, many things, you are not doing what's most important. And with this system, if you actually do the most important thing that will get you the best results, and you keep doing that and you keep focusing on that first thing, that will get you so much further ahead than a full day with a lot of busy work happening that doesn't actually lead you to the results that you're looking for. Okay, so a paradigm is that we have to stay busy. And this is breaking that paradigm because it's really looking at effectiveness and it's helping you make the most of your time, because it's not about doing a lot of things. It's about doing the most important things and doing them first. And if you literally just start doing the most important things and doing them first, life is going to look very different. Essentially, the key to a successful life is having a series of successful years, right? A successful life is built up of many successful years. Many successful years are built up of successful months. Those successful months are built up of successful days. And each of those days is going to be successful if you make good choices. So it's not about stuffing your day full of a lot of tasks. It's about doing the most important ones and doing them first. Ultimately, you can become really predictable in the success you get. Success is a matter of choice. It's not a matter of luck. And you can, by following the system, really create predictable and guaranteed success. You really can't manage time. You can only manage activity. And this is one of the best activity management systems out there. So simple, so simple. But I guarantee you, if you follow it, you will get so much more productive work done. So many more of those truly important things done. Now, he had him make that list. He had him order that list. He had him start working on that list from 1 to 6. And then, sometimes you might not get through your list. Sometimes you might not even finish point number 1 or finish point number 2. So what do you do if stuff is left over? You take the rest of it and you move it to tomorrow and prioritize it again, because things might change by that day. and keep working through the list. Go 1, 2, 3. It's so simple and so basic, but really essentially by doing this, you are going to always be focusing on the most important things you have to do that day. And this is going to lead you to the results you're looking for. And if you could do that consistently, I can guarantee you that this idea, this simple idea, is going to be worth way more than $25,000 to you. So I want you to give it a shot. Make a list of the top 6 things you've got. Go order them in order of importance, and then go get to work. And I want to hear how you do about it. Send me a message in my direct messages. Go ahead in the bottom of this chat. Let me know how it's going for you. Wherever you want to let me know, I want to hear how this is going, because ultimately you were put on this planet to do beautiful and wonderful and miraculous things in this world. And it is up to you to make it happen. And while this system seems simple, it may not be easy, right? It may not be easy. And I think that's one of the reasons that I have very diligently and over the course of the last 20 years hired consultants and hired coaches to help keep me accountable, because I knew that if I had someone to report to, if I had someone to work with, if I had someone to help keep me accountable, I would always do a better job. So if you are looking for accountability, if you're like, this is a great idea, but I don't know if I'll actually follow through, well, do your best to follow through and book a call with me. I am happy to have a 20-minute consultation with you. I am literally about to open up a few more times in my calendar this week. And I'd love to have a chat and see how it is that I could help you. Because if you are a big achiever, if you are looking to do some incredible things in this world, and you feel like you're being held back in any way, especially when it comes to the area of time, then that is, it's a circumstance. We often let life get in our way. And that's exactly something I could help you with. So book a consultation. There's a link in the chat. There will be more times within 5 minutes of this video. And I hope to hear from you soon. And I really, really do hope you take this $25,000 idea and run with it, because action is where it really begins. So take action now. Go ahead, book a call with me, and I'm happy to have a consultation with you, or get working on this $25,000 idea if you know it's something you can follow through with, and let me know how it's going. So I promised this idea to you in less than 20 minutes, and I did it in less than 15. I did it in about 13. So I'm super proud of myself, and I hope this has been a valuable use of your time. Bye for now.